This has been the first mukbang at Oba Sushi Saipan. Thank you for watching. I'm Joanna. I'm 16 and I already messed up.
I feel like healthy relationships are like when both parties are happy, right? Unhealthy relationships are like, it doesn't even have to be like they're screaming at each other or there's abuse or anything. It's just like when one isn't happy with something and the other doesn't try to fix it, and the other will continue to do what the other wants just because they're happy even though the person doing it isn't, then that's kind of what makes it not a good relationship.
Well, towards a guy point of view, I think if the guy doesn't put much effort into it, I don't think the guy is really interested within the girl.
I mean, like healthy relationships. Yeah, like what she said. It doesn't mean that like they're not screaming or whatever, but you know, like whatever they would do to like keep their relationship together would really show like if it's really healthy or not. But you know, also with a healthy relationship, there has to be like like abuse or just control of like the other person. You know, everyone should have their freedom.
It's like if that person trusts the other person to do the right thing. There you go. Okay.
I mean, with like having different age groups, like everybody would like perceive it pretty much differently because they don't really have that much knowledge or extent of how or what real love is and what can be healthy and what might not be unhealthy.
Well, let me add on to that. Only one thing. It's how much mature they are, or if they're immature, then what's the point? Being mature and putting dedication towards a relationship would really correspond towards whatever you're trying to look for.
It's completely off topic, but do you guys know how to eat this?
That's what I saw.
Yeah. That's not a video, right? Well, take the shell, and I'll take that.
I can't go anywhere if you do it. Like, people nowadays are using ego as too much drama, like that.
Excuse just to cause something.
Yes. I mean, I have like a friend who, like he was so ego, like everywhere, like his partner went, he would always like ask what he's doing, who's she with, and you know, that's really bad. Like you cannot even say it's good, like they're just worried. They might be just worried, but you know, it's really bad because it can show like you don't have trust in your partner and stuff. So yeah, it goes just bad in this case.
Like, we'll talk about how when him and that person was online, before she'd go off to do something, she'd usually say like, hey, since I'm going offline, you cannot be online.
Oh, I hate it.
That's really bad. Yeah, that's really bad.
That's the worst. It's like,
My point exactly. Anyways, yeah, it's just like, you know how I'm pretty sure you guys know this, like you'll see that one person that takes a picture like what we're doing earlier, and then of a fancy dinner, like, oh, my so-and-so brought me to this and that, and then, you know, and then right when they hit post, it's a totally different thing, right when they hit post, you know?
You know what I find funny?
it's always just one sushi on each plate, like no one
Live on an island.
This is mussels. This is a spicy tuna. Was it spicy tuna?
Yeah,
And then these two are new. We don't know what this is.
This tastes really good. I'm just going to I'm gonna break the chamorro code. I'll take the last one.
I broke that like someone like with 3 plates.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be like, oh, they're just like physically hitting you. It can be like, oh, throwing like really harsh words.
Really
at you.
hurtful words.
Yeah, like oh, like you're
Verbal.
yeah, you're really a bad girl, or like you know, you're really bad at like showing love, I guess.
Tying into verbal, it could be also psychological or mental, because throwing out words, it will start to like stick to them.
Verbal, psychological, mental, and physical,
You're missing one more thing:
which is
emotional.
Emotion. Honestly, feeling better, yeah, just from experience. To feel better, I usually like would vent it out to someone, or you know, just hang out with friends. Just how would they handle the situation? You know, because sometimes you don't know what to do, but like kind of talking about it, it would really give you an idea of like, oh, so he would handle it that way. Like maybe I should try and approach it like, this way. This issue.
For mine, if it were to happen to like me actually, and it had, I usually just do vent art. Like I would just draw like my frustrations away, and if it's not frustration, it's sadness. It's just do something you love. Just try and get your mind off of it.
For me, I do something to get my mind off of it. But yeah, it's either I play a hobby, or I just mainly just mope around listening to music.
Actually, for me, when I was younger, like 10ish, when I have a problem, I would tend to just like cry it out, like throw everything across the room, pillow, so I don't break anything. I break anything. But as I grew older, I started to write more in a book, which I believe I still have.
True.
And then the more it grows, the more like I hang out with friends, talk to people, stuff like that. Just doing new things, then rather than just keeping to one thing.
well, for me, I actually look at quotes, inspirational quotes or motivational quotes. For example, I have this on my phone. I typed it down. It says, "Life is short. Stay determined. Stay fixed on the end result. Focus on the thing that you want the most." And it's calling for you at the end. Once again, life is short. Dream for it and believe in it.
Like Marta? Believe it. How to talk to us. Honestly, it's so hard to talk to our parents nowadays.
They make it seem easy, but really they just like, it really might seem easy, but like the way it actually goes and stuff,
It's not.
it's always everyone always has like a different situation. There's not always the same situation. There's always like different circumstances.
I'm gonna get this out before I cry. So, personally for me, like, I find it easier talking to other adults than my own parents. Because, like, you're scared, it's gonna hurt them in some way. Do we have more water? I was like, we need it.
Like, you know, there could be some understanding because they probably went through like something similar.
But that's pretty rare.
Yeah, it's rare that you get that. I mean, most of the time you can relate to like a friend or probably someone that's undergoing the same thing, but you know, you won't know. You won't know either.
Here's the water. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Just to remember that there's different type of parents where they yell at you for your own good.
Yeah.
And there's types of parents where they'll ignore you just for you to keep your mind off it. Or I really don't know, because my type of parents are really special towards me. I usually come up to them, "Mom, Dad, could I talk to you for a moment? I think this is really personal towards me, and I hope you can help me." That's it.
For me, actually, I never really like grew up with my parents the most. I was more with my grandparents. I usually just go to them most of the time. But now that I'm only left with my grandfather there in the Philippines, it's kind of like awkward because I'm here now, so it takes a while to like get the communication across.
I personally go to friends, honestly.
Well,
Because, like, sure, we're young and still don't understand, but they're the closest thing that I have to be able to be understanding what I'm saying, what I'm going through, than an actual adult.
Like to me, it's just harder to talk to an adult, like depending on how close you can be with them. But I think friends would be like probably the easiest ones to talk to, and
Maybe not too mature enough and not the best at making decisions. So there's me not. I usually go to my counselors about that.
True. Well, going on to the friends thing, I guess it just depends on the friends, you know.
Yeah, it
That's
depends on the
true.
friends
Because
because
then I've met some really cool people.
yeah. I think my worst one was probably so like my friend was telling me like, oh, I think she's cheating on you. So she was just straight up assuming everything, and I was like, oh, like man, what do you think I should do to like not like find out or be so jealous about it, but like what can I do to like see if, whatever, if they actually like have another thing besides us, and like, oh, maybe you should find someone else too and like do the same thing, so like in case they are cheating, then you cheat on them too. I'm like, whoa,
What if they're not?
yeah, exactly. That's why that was the worst advice. Like you don't cheat on someone just because you think they're cheating on you too. You like, hey, we'd like talk to them about it, like, oh, do you still like feel the same way just towards me, not towards anybody else?
my friend was really good at editing skills, and it was a video. So it was like I asked him about it, and you know that video where like that guy was putting down like letters on Scrabble, and it's like yeet, what's yeet? And then she edited the word your relationship. Yeet. And I'm like, she edited that so well, but I couldn't stop laughing and crying at the same time. I didn't know if I should be mad or I should be proud.
Again, the best relationship advice a friend can ever give you.
Yeet literally means yeet.
Throw away!
My friend told me to send a baby Yoda towards this girl I like, and then at the end she's like, why would you send me that? Because baby Yoda won for me. I'm like, why? Why would you do that?
That's just a pickup link. Picking them up.
Again,
that's bad advice.
bad advice, but that's still a good
Creative.
It's creative.
She sends it back.
This has been the first mukbang. I'm Joanna, and I'm 16. I almost said my last name.
I'm Eli and I'm 17.
I'm Angel, or I'm 15.
I'm Devon, I'm 17.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, I'm 18, and thank you for watching. Crush that like button.
And February is Teen Violence Awareness Month.
Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Close enough. Close enough. Yeah.